Welcome everyone, I am B-Man1542 and this is episode 1 of my attempt at an encounter lock. Encounter locks are similar to a Nuzlocke, but more restrictive. This encounter lock has a set of self-imposed rules restricting how I can catch Pokemon. Instead of one Pokemon for each route, it's one Pokemon for each type of encounter, i.e., walking in tall grass, cave spelunking, surfing, forestry, fishing, egg hatching, trading, etc. But you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter in this fashion. No healing items in or out of battle, only by moveset and the free healthcare of the Pokemon Center. The encounter lock starts when I receive my Pokeballs. I begin my journey by picking Totodile and naming him Starter, because that's the spot he's taking as my starter Pokemon. He's a key Pokemon for HMs if I don't get lucky catching anything else that can handle it. Otherwise, I'd get soft locked by my own rules. Also, Scratch, way better than Tackle. You hate missing at critical moments in these kinds of runs. Another thing I'm going to try to do while doing this run is I'm going to try to catch everything with a different Pokeball. Because there's all kinds of them. There's, fast balls, healing balls, heavy balls. So I'm going to try to change it up. If you ever try a Nuzlocke or an encounter lock like this, one trick is to level up just enough to beat your rival. Otherwise, when you finally get to start catching Pokemon, you end up one-shotting them almost every time. I encounter my rival for the first time. At this point, he's really no threat to me. I got almost double his level and I take him out with 4 scratches. And I leave still in the green. For the time being, my rival's name will be Red. I'll change that in the future when I have more subscribers and have a bigger name pool to pull from. I swear, Soul Silver has like the longest intro before you finally get taught how to catch Pokemon and receive your Pokeballs. It's ridiculous. I received my Pokeballs and hedged my bets by changing my clock tonight that I would run into a Hoot Hoot. Not wanting to tempt fate, because he's only level 3 and I'm 3 times his level, I used Rage once. He used Foresight. I throw a Pokeball. It seems luck was in my favor for this encounter. I didn't burn my grass encounter. That would have been so bad. So I name him Grass Knight because I caught him in the grass at night. So me, Grass Knight, and Starter head into the dark cave for our cave spelunking encounter, hoping for Geodude, because Rock Throw is really important in this bit. But instead, we got a Zubat. So, rather than only fight Faulkner with 2 Pokemon, I ended up going for the Zubat. Hypnosis is so nice in this generation, especially for catching Pokemon. It's way better than Paralysis. And luckily I threw a heal ball at it. Ball type number 2. Now that we have Zubat in tow, we now have 3 Pokemon, and I feel a bit safer about taking on Faulkner. But it's not the Geodude, and we won't have Rock Throw. We give a nickname to Zubat and call him Cave, because that's where we caught him. He was our cave encounter. We can no longer catch Pokemon in the grass or in cave unless we want to breed it and burn our egg hatching. With all 3 available captures used up, I decided to grind relentlessly. Not having Rock Throw is a real blow this early. Feeling confident after taking out all the wimps in Sprout Tower, I finally take on Elderly. He leads off with his Bellsprout level 7 and Grass Knight level 12. He's taking him on pretty easy. I lead off with Peck, instant KO. And that gave us the move Uproar. And we chose to take Uproar over Foresight because we had Peck and could hit ghost types. So he tries to match us Hoot Hoot to Hoot Hoot. And since we do not have insomnia, I chose to use Uproar to prevent being hypnotized. But he leads off with Growl. Our Uproar continues. Doing enough damage to take him out in 3 hits. With Uproar still going, we begin taking out his Bellsprout. giving us the victory in the TM flash. Now it's back to the grindstone before Faulkner. Now it's time for the first gym battle. Faulkner leads off with Pidgey, level 9. I follow up with my level 16 Cave Zubat. I over-leveled in my grind for this, but it comes in handy. I lead off with a Bite, which does massive damage to his Pidgey. He follows up with a Sand attack that turns out to be critical. Because when he throws his Pidgeotto out there, I try to use Supersonic multiple times, and all of them missed, so I didn't get my confusion in. So I swapped Pokemon down to my starter Totodile. Wanting to see what my damage would do. I led off with a Bite. Which put him down just low enough to burn a healing. So I threw on a Leer. And I got it in for free. I follow up with a Bite just to check damage again, to see how effective my Leer was. And when it took him down to about half, I decided to Leer again. I was thinking Faulkner would use a healing item of some sort, like, his super potion. But I got my Bite in, and it knocked out his Pidgeotto without any hassle. First gym leader defeated, so I have my first gym badge and a new TM in the pocket. Being over level for this fight is really what saved me. I could have lost Starter, Cave, or Grass Knight in that fight. Especially without a Geodude with Rock Throw. Yeesh. I get a call from Professor Elm notifying me that I can pick up my free Togepi egg at the Pokemart, but I'm not really interested in Togepi as my hatch. Even though it'd be an extra mon, it's pretty much useless this early in the run, and I need every one I can get. Interesting note, this guy over here on the side of the Pokemon Center can give you eggs based on the answers that you give him. One of those could be a Slugma, which is a strong fire rock type, and you can hatch that egg instead. But I didn't do that because I didn't feel like looking up my trainer code. So I head up here and grab the HM for Rock Smash. Which, if I had a Pokemon to use, I could start smashing rocks. And I'd probably pick up a Geodude or something. But I don't know yet. None of my Pokemon can use Rock Smash yet. I go to the ruins of Valve and finish the puzzle. I tried to do this before Faulkner so I could grind here. Didn't let me. It doesn't let you turn the tiles before you fight Faulkner, which I found odd, because in the old Gen 2, you could just complete the puzzle. I even remember catching an unknown to use against Faulkner. Puzzle completed, back to the grindstone. While I was in the ruins, I was hoping to catch an unknown beast so I could screenshot it and make it the mascot of my channel. That totally didn't happen. But that's how my luck goes. After healing up, I talked to this fisherman so he can give me the old rod, which I don't plan on fishing for my encounter just yet. And if you talk to this gentleman over here, he gives you a free lure ball. After healing up, it's time to head back into the cave and begin the grind once again. Just as we were leaving, our starter Totodile decided he wanted to evolve into a crocodile. And with our newly evolved crocodile in tow, we head over to Elix Forest for our forestry encounter. It was a Paris. So glad I didn't one-shot him. I'm deciding which Pokeball to use. I throw the Premier Ball. With that success, that's ball number 3. And I decided to call Paris Forest, because that's where we caught him. He was our forest encounter. Except I fumble around with the keys and accidentally delete the T, or I hit the back button deleting the T, making him Forez. And with Forez being so underleveled, it's a pretty heavy grind to get him up to par. So I gotta mess around a lot. It's pretty much a straight hour-long grind fest. Breaking up the monotony of the grind session, I take on Team Rocket and Slowpoke well. He leads off with a Zubat, but ours is much stronger. So we lead off with Bite, he uses a Leech Life, and we follow up with another Bite. That takes out his Zubat. He follows up by throwing out his Coughing. So we decided to confuse it with supersonic, and luckily it went through. Coughing hurts himself in confusion, and we use Astonish, hoping to get the flinch in. Didn't get the flinch, but he hurt himself in confusion one more time. Seeing how little damage Astonish did, I switched to Wing Attack, which did just about as much. I finished him off with one last Wing Attack. After defeating Team Rocket and saving all the Slowpoke, I heal up and go to start training Forez again. But one important thing I forgot was that after you defeat Team Rocket, you run into your rival if you try to go to Elix Forest. Totally not even thinking about this rival fight. We fight anyway. Thinking I might get wiped here because Bayleaf is pretty tanky. So he leads off with his Ghastly, but I got the answer right here with Cave. He uses a Ghost type, so I use Bite. Dark is super effective against Ghost. Seeing how easily I took out his Ghastly, he decides to follow up with a big hitter. He throws out his Bayleaf. This Bayleaf, being faster than my Zubat, uses Reflect. And even though I'm using Wing Attack, which is a super effective move, it's only doing half damage because of his Reflect. So I try to outsmart him and use Supersonic. But he just keeps using Synthesis. And my Supersonic misses. Twice. He pulls off a Razor Leaf, which has a high crit chance. Luckily, it didn't crit. Seeing how little damage I'm doing, I decide to throw everything in my arsenal at him to see if I can get some decent damage in. Because it seems like he can just keep reflecting and using Synthesis to heal. But I remember Synthesis only has like 5 PP. So, if I can just keep doing damage enough to make him use Synthesis, maybe it will work. It's at this point in combat when I start screaming shenanigans at my game, because he should have only been able to use it 5 times, and I think that was like number 7. But finally, he decides to change it up with a Razor Leaf, and I get in a good solid Wing Attack. Bring him down just below half. He throws up Reflect one more time. Really thankful Razor Leaf is not very effective against Zubat. So I hit him with one final wing attack, and there goes his Bayleaf. He follows up with a Zubat of his own, this being his last Pokemon. I'm a bit relieved now that Bayleaf's gone and I haven't had to switch out or anything. He throws in Confusion, and I figure at this time it's probably best I swap out so I don't hurt myself in Confusion. Sending in Starter or Croconaw. We take one bite for free. And we use Water Gun. Almost wiping out the Zubat. But now that the reflex worn off, we can finally finish taking him out. Hopefully that's the closest battle we have with Red. It took forever with that setup he had. That battle out of the way, we head back to the Pokemon Center for our free clinic healing just before our grind session. While grinding, we played Fetch Farfetch'd and received our HM cut. Feeling almost done with my grind session, I decided to take on all of Bugsy's lackeys. Bugcatcher Al decided to lead off with a level 12 Caterpie, which could have been a Butterfree by now, but he kept it a Caterpie. We led off with Peck. Surprising at how it didn't one-shot the Caterpie, I decided maybe it was just a bad damage roll. So we hit him again, taking out the Caterpie. So Bugcatcher Al sends out his Weedle. I choose to use Peck again. And when it doesn't take him out this time, I start to question all that grinding I did. He survived just long enough to poison me with a Poison Sting. And since I've been poisoned so many times this run, I just head right to the Pokemon Center to get that healed up before heading back to the gym. Returning to the gym, it's Bugcatcher Barry's turn. He leads off with a Weedle, and I lead off with Grass Knight, using Peck. One-shots his Weedle, and his Kakuna barely survives, but the second one gets him. His Beedrill receives one Peck, surviving by quarter health. Second one finishes him off, and Grass Knight reaches level 20. And he evolves from a lowly little Hoot Hoot, Hoot 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 Hoot, into a glorious Noctowl. With this evolution, Grass Knight has become a formidable member of my team. Going after the extra trainer, I want to see how much power level I got off of my evolution to Noctowl. He packs the Paris for a single hit. And now it's time to fight Amy and May, the double battle. I always love these, and I wish they would put more of them in the game. Especially when they have moves that encourage double battles, like Helping Hand and whatnot. Amy and May lead off with a Spinnerack and Ladybug, and I've got Grass Knight and Forez. Grassnoid's move choice should be obvious by now, so I choose Peck and target Spinnerack. I use Cut with Forez. Since Spinnerack is one shot, it moves over to Ladybug. Ladybug gets one hit on Grass Knight, and Forez's Cut almost knocks it out. One more level probably would have done it. But I was sick of the grind at this point. And Grass Knight finishes them off with a peck. That battle concluded. It's time to heal up at the Pokemon Center and get ready for Bugsy. I decided I was done with the grind. Decided to take on Bugsy. If he takes me out here because I didn't grind enough, then that's it for this run. The battle with Bugsy begins. He leads off with his level 17 Scyther. I decided to play this battle smart. I lead off with Reflect, setting up some physical defense. His Scyther leads off with a Leer, almost making my Reflect pointless. So I go for a Peck. The second Leer gets in. I go for Peck again. Uses Quick Attack, which crit hits, making my Reflect setup pointless. But now my HP is low enough that one more Quick Attack will take me out. And Scyther heals with a Citrus Berry. I decide to swap out and send in Cave the Zubat. Off the swap, Scyther hits with one Quick Attack. I follow up with Wing Attack. He's low enough, maybe one Wing Attack can take him out. And it does. Getting me 340 XP for both Cave and Grass Knight. Giving Cave level 20. Bugsy then chooses to follow up with a Metapod. And Wing Attack one-shots him before he can even do anything, which is perfect, because now he sends out his Kakuna. Sometimes you just gotta stick with what works, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. A single Wing Attack wipes out his Kakuna, giving us the victory. Taking a huge sigh of relief, I received my second badge and another TM in the pocket. And with that, I do my victory lap around this gym, hitting all the switches to escape. Thank you for joining me on episode 1 of my Encounter Lock. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked what you saw. And hopefully I get better at video editing along the way.